What's up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, and welcome everybody to week 5 of the PBA, where this week we're going to be going up against none other than Amstan, coach of the Boston Beedrills. Now, actually, fun fact for you guys, if you guys remember the week 3 match, be sure to check it out if you haven't already. I made a point to say that 3 of us were tied for second place, and with a +8 differential. Me, Ellie, and the third person being Amstan. And Amstan has since gone on to win their week 3 match as well, and while they and Ellie have not battled yet, I'm very curious to see how that goes. So I'm hoping for this fight to not be a loss, because I am coming off of 2-2 like win-loss ratio. My last 2 fights that I've done have been quite bad, so I really need to get back into the swing of things, because I've had really good showing the first 2 battles, and I know I can pull that back out again. So I need to focus on my team building, and I need to focus especially in particular when I am battling. I need to get my head in the game better, and I need to actually focus on what I am doing. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that this week, and I'm hoping that this team will help me do it. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and block the team up here. My opponent has got Dragapult, Hisuian Samurott, Regidrago that can Terra into Steel and Fire, Amoonguss, Low Kicks, Hoopa, Iron Thorns, Primeape, Volcarona, Mew, and Cutiefly. Obviously, a lot of threats. Dragapult obviously is one of the Pokemon that I actually really wanted to grab. Ellie took it before I was able to grab it, and then she ended up dropping it, and so Amstan picked it up before I had even noticed it was gone. And I don't think I would have changed any of my teams anyways, but it's still worth noting. Hisuian Samurott being a really great hazard setter, and same with Cutiefly being able to set up webs and things like that. Amoonguss can be extremely annoying. Low Kicks can be a big threat. Iron Thorns, while prepping for this team, Iron Thorns looked to be extremely deadly just purely because of its insane moveset. Like, I thought I would have an answer for it, and then it just comes out and has a quad effective move, and I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. So, Volcarona obviously being able to set up sweep, very deadly. Mew is Mew. Mew being Mew is very deadly. And then Terra, Steel, or Fire Regidrago is a really good Terra combination versus my team, because my Pokemon, or grand majority of my Pokemon, in fact, actually, yes, all of my Pokemon are weak to one of those 2 Terras. It's very much a 50-50. I'm thinking Terra Steel is going to come specifically for my Diancie, but we will see when we get there. So yes, really great Terra, and really challenging Pokemon as well that we're going up against. However, I think I've got an extremely good team to really hammer in everything and take everything down and weaken them down for sweepers to come in the end and finish things off. So that's kind of my goal. So, first up on the team is one of my setup sweepers, possible setup sweepers I should say, being Eclipse the Roaring Moon. Hoping for a better showing this week than week 3 with the booster energy, once again with the ability Photosynthesis, Dragon Claw, Knockoff, Dragon Dance, and Acrobatics. This is a very similar set, if not the, well no, it's not the exact same set, different moves, but the exact same EV spread. This Pokemon is meant to outspeed Choice Scarf Dragapult at +2. That is the goal, so I have the Dragon Dance once, the booster energy is there to boost the speed, and then I can outspeed Dragapult. That's kind of the point of this set. This Pokemon, if properly set up, can actually put in a crap ton of work against my opponent's team, like the Dragapult, the Drago before it Terras, the Amoonguss even, the Iron Thorns, kind of, the Primeape even, the Volcarona, the Mew. There's so many Pokemon that this thing can really put in work against, and it's going to really matter a lot how this set goes, I think. I don't think this is going to be the Pokemon that I end up sweeping with, but I am very hopeful that I will be able to weaken things down very considerably to the point where one of my other Pokemon can come in and just wreck the rest of my opponent's team. Next up, we have got Gemstone the Diancie, holding the Babiri Berry this week with the ability Clear Body with the moves Diamond Storm, Draining Kiss, Calm Mind, and Earth Power. A very interesting moveset because Diamond Storm is a physical move. Diancie would be infinitely better if Diamond Storm was a special move, but that's fine. Diamond Storm, the reason I'm bringing Diamond Storm this week instead of something like Iron Defense or Power Gem is because everything that's weak to rocks, even though I'm at a minus attack nature, nothing's going to really want to take a Diamond Storm. That's Cutiefly, that's Volcarona, that's a Low Kicks, that's Terra Fire Regidrago kind of ish that I would click Diamond Storm against. And even if I'm predicting like a physical Pokemon coming in, I can still click Diamond Storm just to see if I can get that defense up to +2 by some miracle. Drainingus is there for HP recovery, Calm Mind is there to set up my special attack and special defense, and Earth Power is there to hit the Regidrago after it Terras specifically, but also the Iron Thorns as well. The Babiri Berry is there for Iron Head, Iron Thorns, or like a Terra Blast Regidrago, or anything else that might have a surprise steel move like the Mew. And this is a Pokemon that I could very easily Terra, because once I start setting up against my opponent, unless they have something like Toxic Mew, is going to have a really, really hard time taking this thing down. So I'm very excited about this Pokemon. I'm hoping it puts in a lot of work, and I think it will. I think there's a very good chance that Terra Fairy Diancie, we get another really good battle using a Terra Fairy Diancie like we did back in week 1. Spoilers, be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Next up, we have got Wingmaster, the Tornado Styrian, with a set I'm extremely excited about. With the Blunder Policy, the ability Regenerator, Bleak Wind Storm, Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, and Grass Knot. This is a very, very interesting moveset. Max Special Attack, 204 in speed, and 52 in HP. The speed control is there to outspeed, I believe, the second fastest Pokemon, which I believe is the tie. Yes, it's a tie between Volcarona and Mew. I can outspeed Volcarona and Mew that has max speed, and I don't even need a plus speed nature for it, which is absolutely phenomenal. I can really take advantage of the hole in the speed tiers from between Dragapult at base 142 and Volcarona and Mew at only base 100. Tornado Styrian outspeeds everything except Dragapult, and unless something is scarfed. Bleak Wind Storm is there to lower speed as well, just to confirm if something is, say, comes in that's scarfed, then there's that. It also hits everything super hard in general. Very few Pokemon want to take a flying move. Nasty Plot is there to boost my a special attack to +2, so that way you can sweep. Dark Pulse is there for like Dragapult, for anything that is able to take a flying move. You can't really take a Dark Pulse that well. And Grass Knot is there specifically for the Iron Thorns, as well as the Hisuian Samurott. Now, I've got the Blunder Policy just in case I miss with Bleak Wind Storm. I valued Bleak Wind Storm over Air Slash this week because of the much higher increase in power and also the chance to lower speed. I really valued Bleak Wind Storm for this matchup, so in case I miss, the Blunder Policy can still pop off and I can get another chance to really hit something hard. Or I can set up with Nasty Plot and then go from there, or something like that. So if I miss a Bleak Wind Storm, it's not going to cost me, because then I'll get to +2 and I might even be more deadly than I was before. So that is my Tornado Styrian set. I'm really hoping it puts in a lot of work this week. Next up, we have got Million Volts, the Vikavolt, with a very, very weird moveset this week. The EV spread is the very exact same that it always is, basically max HP, max special attack, just because it's just so good. Air Slash, Mud Shot, Sticky Webs, and Volt Switch. This is a very, very weird moveset, I know. Air Slash is there for the Amoonguss specifically. I can 1v1 Amoonguss and also the Volcarona if I need to. I am the Terra Electric, most likely because I'm just probably not going to Terra this thing if I'm being completely honest. Mudshot is there specifically for the Iron Thorns and also for just better speed control. Sticky Webs is there to set up webs because my opponent does not have that good hazard removal besides like Mew with Defog. And if Mew has Defog, then that means that we learn a lot about that moveset in particular, which is really, really good for me. Volt Switch is there for slow pivoting, slow momentum. Heavy Duty Boots is there so that way I don't have to take rocks on switching, which Mew could pack, Iron Thorns could pack, a bunch of other Pokemon could possibly pack. And yeah, overall this Pokemon just hits a lot of things super, super hard, and it can chip things down, so this is most likely going to be my lead to force webs up and force him to defog if my opponent has defog in the first place, and also to neutralize the Cutie Fly as well in case that comes too. So yeah, next up we have got a very, very, very interesting Torterra set with the Yachi Berry this week, holding the with the ability Shell Armor, Terra Ground, Earthquake, Curse, Rest, and Sleep Talk. Yes, I'm going to be that person. This Pokemon can 1v1 Amoonguss, believe it or not. This Pokemon does a really, really great job at beating Amoonguss. It can do a really good job at beating like even the Regidrago or anything else. Basically, it can do a really good job beating anything that doesn't have an ice move, and even if it does have an ice move, the Yachi Berry is there for it specifically. Iron Thorns with a Shuka Berry can be a very, very big problem versus my team. That's why I'm packing the Yachi Berry on this Pokemon, because I can take an Ice Punch or an Ice Beam or whatever that thing wants to throw at me. Same with like the Mew, for example. EQ is there just because they don't have a Pokemon that is immune to ground unless they pack Air Balloon on Iron Thorns, which they could, but I think Shuka Berry might be a better brain. Curse is there, so that way I can up my attack and defense to make myself more bulky, and it does lower my speed, but my speed really doesn't matter in this particular situation. And then Rest and Sleep Talk is there because it's just such a powerful combo versus my opponent that I think it's going to really come into play, especially once his last ice move user goes down. So that is my Torterra set, and I'm hoping it'll put in a lot of work versus my opponent's team. Last up but not least, we have got Sun Wukong the Infernal with yet another really fun set I'm looking forward to using. The Keyberry. Ability Iron Fist, Fire Punch, Drain Punch, Bulk Up, and Acrobatics. Max defense, 192 in speed and 64 in HP. Yet again, I am taking advantage of the fact that my opponent does not have Pokemon that are in like the base 110, base 120 speed range. And I can outspeed Volcarona and Mew, making this Pokemon one of the fastest Pokemon on the field, basically, minus the Dragapult. Fire Punch and Drain Punch and Acrobatics just does a lot of work versus my opponent's team, and Bulk Up can also really help me out, boosting my attack and defense. The Keyberry is there because, say, Iron Thorns wants to hit an Ice Punch, I can switch, like on my Torterra, I can switch into Infernape. Keyberry activates, raising my defense to +1 already, and I can Bulk Up, or I can Drain Punch, or I can do whatever I need to do, so that way I can guarantee a victory. This Pokemon, I don't know if it'll sweep, but I think there's a very good chance it could, and it's kind of similar to Eclipse in that way, so I'm really hoping it puts in a lot of work. Yeah, my two Pokemon that are kind of defensive, or like used for more defensive and chip, is Torterra and Vikavolt. My sweeper is obviously most notably Wingmaster, but Gemstone can also put in that work as well. And Sun Wukong and Eclipse I feel like are really good at setting up and chipping things down, or if I see the opportunity to, I could even win with those two sets. So I've got a lot of Pokemon here that I think will really take advantage of like certain sets and things like that that I could see coming. And like for example, even Infernape can switch in against the low kicks. Like there's nothing low kicks wants to do against this thing, so might as well switch it in, or even Primeape or something like that. It doesn't even have to be a Pokemon that, you know, whatever, you guys get it. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited. I think these Pokemon are going to put in a crap ton of work, and I'm super excited to see everything in action. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and blop into the battle. Blop! Blop! And we are back! So, we have got on the team, I'm going to raise up my audio a little bit so that I can hear myself a little bit better. We have got Cutiefly, Dragapult, Ogerpon-hearthflame, which I didn't know was a thing. I guess I missed that in the prep, but it's fine. Iron Thorns, Mew, and Volcarona. Yeah, okay, I missed that in the prep somehow. That's my bad. I must have missed the trade. Okay, well, we're very glad not to see the Amoonguss. So my Torterra set's kind of not as good now, but it's fine. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. Mew is, I think, the only defogger on the team. Mew and Volcarona. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lead with Million Volts here. And they send out Dragapult out the gate. Now, something I will point out is Dragapult has Clear Body, so the webs might not affect Dragapult, which I forgot to mention. Let's see here. I could set up webs now, and I kind of want to, and I think I am going to. U-turn is fine. Cutiefly is the switch. That is all good with me. I set up my webs, so that way they are forced to defog if they want to do that. I'm going to Volt Switch out. Bada bing, bada boom. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a Pokemon that I want to go into, I think. I guess I'll go into Wingmaster here. No reason for me not to, I don't think. And I'm just going to click Dark Pulse, get rid of this thing before it like toxics me or something unexpected. Iron Thorns is the switch, that makes sense. Let's see, how much does Grass Knot do to you if I'm not a nasty plotted? Iron Thorns. Let's see here. Grass Knot actually has a slim chance to KO, which is kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. Do I want to take that risk? Not really. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm nervous about them clicking Ice Punch on the obvious switch-in. So how well does Deancey take a hit? Decently. So I can do that if I really need to. I think what I'm going to do here is I want to switch into Million Volts, though. Rock Blast. Okay, GG. That was a good play. That was a good play. Alright, now I switch into Torterra, and I just threaten out with EQ. Zero reason for me not to here. You should outspeed me, so I'm just going to click EQ, expecting you to have Ice Punch or something. Nothing wants to take an EQ on this team, which is really good for me. And I am definitely not going to complain about that. We'll see what they want to do. They're probably calculating to see if Ice Punch KOs, and they probably will see that it doesn't. I don't even... Well, no, it probably... I think it... Yeah, no, it definitely does. But I have Yachi Berry, so this Earthquake will definitely KO you, because you are not that... Unless you're Shoku Berry, which you definitely could be. You send out Dragapult, so the Clear Body does not trigger. I'm just going to click that again. I'm just going to click EQ again. U-turn, that's fine. No reason for me not to click EQ here, so I'm just going to click that button. Ogerpon-hearthflame comes in, so we get the speed drop, and we get a massive hit off with EQ, which is really, really good. Ogerpon-hearthflame. I brought you in here so that way you could just click buttons. Not having you for Iron Thorns isn't the worst case scenario for me. Let's see here. What does Roaring Moon want to deal? Roaring Moon actually does this pretty well, so I'm going to switch it to Eclipse here. Roaring Moon actually can still deal with this decently well. Ivy Cudgel is fine. I'm going to click... Does Knockoff KO you? Knockoff does KO you. So I'm going to go ahead and click Knock. It's an easy play for me to make. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. Let's see here. Volcarona is the switch, which is interesting. So I'm going to Acrobatics you. And you kill me. I forgot you were Bug Buzz. It's fine. Anyways, I'm a bit silly. I'm a bit of a silly Billy. Okay, so Volcarona, Quiver Dance set. Well, that was also to kind of help prevent it from setting up too if I opted to stay in. Tornadus Therian can KO with a Bleak Wind Storm, has a chance to KO, and I kind of think that risk is necessary here. Or I can send out Gemstone, actually. I could do that too. Yeah, I think I send out Gemstone here. There's not really a reason for me not to here, because I can easily click Diamond Storm and KO this thing. So, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, I think. I'm going to click Diamond Storm and hope I get the +2 defense boost. That would be the most ideal situation right now. Another reason I brought Diamond Storm as well was not only does it KO the Iron Thorns, but it also can... unfortunately, we don't get the boost, but I actually do think... Hold on a second. Iron Thorns. If you're offensive, jolly, and you're at -1 now. Diancie, I still don't outspeed, so I have to Terrasilize here, and I have to click Earth Power, which is exactly what I'm going to do. EQ, so we still have our Babiri Berry, which is actually really nice, and Iron Thorns goes down, which is really good for us. Definitely not complaining with that situation at all. Mew is probably going to be the switch in here, either that or the Dragapult, to try to weaken me down, but I also have Dragon Kiss. So the Mew is a bit terrifying, but Diancie is actually looking really, really good here. Fairy Diancie is looking quite nice. Mew is the Pokemon that comes in, so I'm going to go ahead and click Calm Mind here just to see. So you are doing that. That's good to know. Alright, so you're scaring me a little bit. Mew, your Dragon Dance set. If I'm at +1, Draining Kiss to 20-24, I'm actually going to click Diamond Storm here. Psychic Fangs, that's fine. Please get the boost. Get the boost. Yes! Okay, we got the boost. Beautiful. I'm Draining Kissing again. We do live, which is good. Yes! Oh, that crit's huge! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That crit's so good. That crit is massive, dude. Oh my god, that crit's massive. Holy crap, I think that might have just saved us, actually. That might have just saved us here. That saved us. That saved us, I think. Holy crap. Holy crap, dude. I think that saved us. That crit might have actually prevented me from losing this game. I'm not even kidding. Holy crap, dude. Because, yeah, I don't think there's any way you kill me here. Yeah, I don't think there's any way you win. Holy crap, that crit was massive. Oh, God. It's not over yet. Actually, it is over now. That crit was huge, dude. Oh, my God. That crit was huge. Holy crap, GG's, fam. So sorry about that crit. Oh my god, that won me the game. That crit won me the game. Holy crap. Let's see here. Fair. Let's see here. Fair. LOL. Is that all good? It's Mons. That's totally fair. Oh my god, that crit mattered, dude. That crit so mattered. That crit was massive, dude. Holy crap. Oh my god, I love that. So good. That was a really good game, honestly. Keyberry and Inferno did not come into play, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Oh, I'm not wrong. I don't know why they had Ogerpon-hearthflame. I have no idea, because if that trade happened, then it does not show it on the dock, so I'll have to bring that up. But regardless, we win the battle miraculously, which is so good. Anyways, holy crap, that was such a good match. That was such a good match. Torterra really came in clutch here. I'm really proud of that Torterra set because it just put in a lot of work. And yeah, the Terra Diancie obviously also did a lot of great things. Tornadus Wingmaster being the massive threat that it is also really came in clutch too. And then Vikavolt, obviously with the webs, being able to counter my opponent's own webs was also really, really great. And yeah, no, just Diancie doing Diancie things, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Diancie is slowly becoming one of my favorite Pokemon to use in like this type of format, so I'm really enjoying it a lot. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys have a great day today. And yeah, I'll see you dudes in the next video. Peace out, mates! 3-0!